Hi everyone. We're just a few days away from Easter break, and I'm recording this video because there's been a few changes in my plan for this week. So in this video, I'll walk you through the plan for English this week. We have English on Wednesday and Friday. On Wednesday, which is tomorrow when I'm recording this, we will meet like in a video meeting at 12 o'clock. I will start by briefly summarizing the topic Indigenous peoples because last week you finished your research project and that was kind of like the end for this project, which I think you all did like really good at, which was fun. But so we'll summarize that and you'll participate in a Kahoot and hopefully it will work well like in this digital setting too. Then I will give you information about the mock exam that you will do on April 21st. So this is a Tuesday, like a week after you come back from Easter break, where you will write alltså tentamen, heldagsprøve. So I'll give you information about that, and then you will work in groups on teams with relevant tasks for kind of like preparing you for the mock exam. Here you will work in video chats and in a Google document. On Friday, we will start with a video meeting then too, and then you will work individually or in pairs with a previous exam task. But here, the kind of like twist here is that handing in what you work with on Friday will be voluntary. So if you hand it in, I will give you feedback during Easter break. If not, you just consider it as practice for yourself or kind of like a not so busy class, which I think many of you would benefit from. But so the main focus is the mock exam, and you will work in teams, and I'll show you briefly what I have planned for you. Okay, so on Teams, you've probably seen that I've made new channels, they're called, named in group numbers. I will divide you in 6 different groups, and you will work within that channel with different exam tasks. And so what you're going to do in this group, you'll find your name up here. Then I want you to start a video meeting by pressing that button, which allows me to like go in and out, like pop in when you're working together like I normally can in school. So I hope that that will work well. And I want you to work together in a Google Docs document because that also allows me to see what you're doing, but then all of you also have access to it. You'll then like use Teams as the cooperation platform during this class. And the tasks you will work with look like this. So the main focus is to discuss previous exam tasks because we're using kind of like the same format in the mock exam. And so I want you to discuss it, and that way you can use English again. It's probably been a while since many of you spoke English, and I also want you to write down like some keywords of what you discussed. So I have one short answer task for you and one long answer task that I want you to discuss. So for each task, you get like the actual exam task here, both what it says and if there are any sources for the task or like appendices. So you will here work in different steps. In the short answer task, you will first together discuss what the task actually asks you to do using your own words. So like what does it mean when the task says that you have to explain and give your opinion? Like what does that really require of you? And what does it mean to give your opinion on the views that are expressed in these cartoons here? Like, what does the task really mean or want of you? Step 2 is to look at the cartoons in this task. What do they portray? What views are expressed, since that's a term used in the task? And which 2 cartoons will you have chosen in this task and why? Step 3, the final one, is how would you structure your answer to this task in a short text? So here I want you to make an outline, and I've written that I want you to remember that the short answer task should be about like between 250 and 500 words, and it should have a brief introduction and conclusion. So how would you structure it? Try to give each other ideas and make an actual outline with keywords. In task 2, it's the same thing, but here you get a long answer task. So you work in steps here too. Explain what the tasks asks you to do. What do they want when they say like discuss, preparation material, another text or film? What does that really mean? Because in this text, you're supposed to use a text or a movie that we have worked with in class. So step 2 here is figuring out what kind of texts or movies have we worked with that could be relevant for this topic, and which one would you choose and why? Because you're only supposed to like choose one thing. Then I want you to look at one of the like sources in the preparation material for this exam. So you either listen to it or like watch it. It's a video, but also with a transcript. So go through that one together and like, okay, so how does this source portray prejudice against minorities? Because that's the topic of this task. And what examples and information from the chosen text could be relevant to use in your answer, like from this one. Then you do the same thing, like you make an outline for your text. How would you structure it? What examples from the sources will you use? Keywords in an outline. Uh, at the bottom of this document, you will find some explanations of the different instruction verbs, the verbs that tell you what to do in a task if you need it. So this is the plan. Maybe this is way too much for one lesson. Maybe it's way too little. I don't really know. So the plan is that you work with this on Wednesday and move on to actually writing on Friday, but we will see by the end of class whether you might have to continue working with this. But I think that this can be a really useful task for you where you can actually like discuss what things mean instead of just working on your own. So I will see you in the video meeting at 12 in Wednesday's English class, and I look forward to seeing you again.